This happened about 3 years ago, back when I was 15. My best friend, let's call him M, and I had this ritual of going for evening walks around our town. It was our way of unwinding and catching up, venting about school, or just talking. Our usual route took us over this bridge that crosses some train tracks. It's not a creepy bridge by any means. It's wide, well lit with street lights, and we'd walked over it a million times without a second thought. Nothing ever felt off until that night. It was a cool summer evening, probably around 10 or 11 p.m. The sky was clear and it was quiet, like always. We were halfway across the bridge, mid-conversation, when one of the street lights above us started flickering. Not a subtle flicker, but that aggressive strobe light kind of flickering that makes you stop and look. Then it just died completely. The other lights along the bridge stayed on, so it wasn't a power outage or anything. Just that one light right above us went out. Em and I stopped walking. We didn't say anything at first, just exchanged a glance, until Em said, "Okay, that's creepy as fuck," or something like that. But the air felt heavy. I know that sounds cliche, but it's the only way I can describe it. It wasn't just darker because of the light going out. It was like the atmosphere shifted, like we'd crossed some invisible line into a place we weren't supposed to be. My skin prickled, and I swear I felt eyes on me, like something was watching us from somewhere close. I couldn't see anything out of place, but the feeling was so strong it made my stomach churn. Then, we heard it. A scream. It came from below the breach, down where the train tracks run. It echoed off the concrete pillars and steel rails, so loud and sharp it felt like it pierced right through me. At first, I thought it was human, a woman maybe, in pain or panic, but it didn't sound right. It was too distorted, like something was trying to sound human but couldn't quite get it right. The best way I can describe it is like a woman's scream, but warped, like it was being filtered through something unnatural, not animalistic and not mechanical, just wrong. The only way to really know how it sounded was to have been there. The scream lasted maybe 5 seconds, but it felt like forever. Em and I looked at each other. His eyes were wide, and I could tell she was feeling the same thing I was. Whatever made that sound wasn't supposed to be there. As soon as the scream stopped, the silence was worse. It was like the world was holding its breath, waiting for something else to happen. We didn't stick around to find out what. We ran. I don't think I've ever run that fast in my life. We didn't stop until we were far enough away that the bridge was out of sight, panting and shaking in the middle of a well-lit street. When we finally caught our breath, Em just said, "What the hell was that?" I had an idea. My mind went straight to the Wendigo and Skinwalker stories. The thing is, those legends and stories are from America, and we're not. We're not even close. We didn't talk much after that, just walked home as fast as we could, constantly looking over our shoulders. The next day, I checked the news, social media, everything. No reports of missing people, no injured animals, no nothing. Our town is small, and stuff like that would have made waves. Plus, we don't have big predators around here. No bears, no wolves, nothing that could make a sound like that. And violent crime? Practically non-existent. But that scream? It wasn't just some random noise. It felt personal, like it was meant for us to hear. Like we had stumbled into something's territory, and it wanted us to know. Em and I don't talk about it much anymore, and he always downplays it when we tell it to others. But when it's just us, and I bring it up, I can see in his eyes that he remembers it just like I do. I still get chills thinking about it, and I can't help but wonder, what was down there under the bridge that night?
This second one might be even weirder. It happened 4 or 5 years ago. I was in my late teens and I used to sleep with my bedroom door open. I was always scared that someone would come and kidnap me in the night, so it would be easier to call out to my parents if the door was open. Luckily, that has never happened. One night, I woke up for no reason. No noise, no bad dreams, nothing. I just rolled over in bed and faced the doorway. Something made me open my eyes, like an instinct I didn't know I had. And there, sitting in a squat, in the hallway, just outside my room, was a boy. At first, I thought it was my younger brother. He was about 10 at the time, and it wouldn't have been totally weird for him to be up at night. But the longer I looked, the more I realized this wasn't him. This kid was blue. Not pale, not shadowed, but blue, like his skin was tinted some unnatural shade. His eyes were what got me, though. They were huge, way too big for a human face, and pitch black, like a shark's eyes. But they weren't empty. They reflected the dim light from the moon. He was just sitting there, staring at me. Then, slowly, he raised one hand and waved. It was a slow wave, and it went on for quite a bit. My brain immediately went to sleep paralysis. I'd read about it on Reddit, and it has happened to me once before, and it seemed like the logical explanation. But here's the thing. I could move. I shifted in bed, blinked a few times, even pinched my arm to make sure I was awake. I was. My body wasn't locked up. I wasn't dreaming. This was real. The weirdest part? I wasn't scared. I should have been freaking out, right? A blue kid with creepy eyes waving at me in the middle of the night? But I felt calm. Like whatever this thing was, it wasn't there to hurt me. It felt like it was just watching, waiting for me to notice it. I don't remember what happened next. I know that sounds like a cop-out, but I genuinely don't. 1 second, I was staring at this kid, and the next, it was morning. I woke up feeling fine, but every detail of that encounter was burned into my brain. The blue skin, the eyes, the wave. It was so vivid, it didn't feel like a dream at all. I checked the hallway the next day, half expecting to find some trace of whatever it was. Nothing. No footprints, no weird marks, nothing out of place. I asked my brother if he'd been up that night, and he looked at me like I was crazy. My parents didn't hear or see anything either. I've never seen the blue boy again, but I still sleep with my door closed now. I've been sitting on these stories for years because I didn't know how to talk about them without sounding like I'm losing it. But the more I lurk on this sub, the more I realize I'm not alone in having weird, unexplainable experiences. I don't know if these were ghosts, demons, some kind of glitch in reality, or just my brain playing tricks on me. All I know is that both times it felt like I'd crossed paths with something that wasn't meant for me to see. Like I'd accidentally peeked behind the curtain of the world, you know?